Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope you're having a great day. Today, let's discuss some gray hair related products. So if you are new here, this is my natural gray hair color. Just a little bit of background about my gray hair journey. I went gray very early in life. This is just something that is genetic in my family. I fought it for a lot of years, right? Like I started seeing my first gray hairs before I was even 25 years old. I was born a blonde, and so I tried my best over the next probably 10 years to cover that gray up. At first, I was using hairstylists to help me with the process. That got really expensive, so I started doing it at home, which led to me having shades of blonde that were so unnatural and ridiculous looking. You can actually look back here on my channel. I've been around here on YouTube for a while. There are a lot of videos where I just have this horrible shade of like day glow blonde, and that was just me when I started basically just doing my hair at home with box dye, and essentially I kind of fried my hair most of the time. So anyway, by the time that I reached my mid-30s, I was like, I'm over it. And this was really before the gray hair trend really started gaining some traction. I just decided that I was done paying for the box dye. I didn't want to spend money in terms of getting my hair done at the salon. I just was kind of over it. And so I went to my hairdresser at the time. I had her put in some gray highlights, if you will, and from there the game plan was that I would grow, she would chop, I would grow, she would chop, and we did that until I was able to cut off the last of the blonde, and from there I just let my hair grow. So this is my natural hair color. No, I have not completely transitioned because gray hair doesn't necessarily come in all at once, right? Like some people actually just get gray in certain areas. Some people get gray all over all at once. It's just, there's kind of a mix, right? So for me, the back underside of my hair is still my original dishwater blonde, and there are still a few strands of that dishwater blonde running through the top here. But for the most part, what is growing out from like the top here is kind of this like salt and pepper type situation, right? I love it. I love my hair. Honestly, I have never felt more comfortable, more myself than I do now as someone who just rocks their natural hair color. I also happen to love how healthy my hair feels. Man, let me tell you, after years of dyeing, healthy natural hair feels so good. I love it. So anyway, I have a couple of gray hair products to share with you guys today. In full disclosure, the company Silvering did reach out to me and asked if I was interested in trying some of their products, and if I liked them, if I would share them here on my channel. So I specifically actually just told them that I was interested in their brow products because a lot of times when people are watching my videos, I will get questions about my brows. One thing that I want to tell you about my brows is they actually are micro shaded on my face. So I overplucked my brows in the 90s. I'm about to turn 46, so I'm a little bit older. In the 90s, it was quite popular to just pluck your eyebrows into an oblivion. That's what I did, and I rocked that look for the entire 90s into the early 2000s, and now my brows just, they don't really grow back, right? Like I damaged the follicles over the years. Let that be a lesson to you. Don't start plucking your brows, like be very mindful about it. Anyway, so I decided to just go ahead and essentially tattoo my brows on my face. Here's the problem though. I wear SPF every single day. I am a huge advocate of wearing SPF. I have a family history of melanoma, so I have to be extra careful. But the SPFs that I like to use typically have a tint to them, and I do run my SPF over my brows. That mutes my brows out, and so I do like to run through with a gray brow powder product. And the one that I have loved for many years, and of course it was discontinued, this is just what happens, was the Tarte Amazonian Clay brow powder in the shade gray. This was just the most perfect product for me to use to just quickly run over my brows, to bring the gray color back that my tattoo artist so perfectly matched to my hair. So, but I can't link this. I can't link it. It's discontinued. It's long gone. And I have been on the hunt for some brow products for gray hair for quite some time. But I feel like a lot of companies, it's starting to change a little bit. I have seen a few gray brow pencils popping up here and there, so I'm happy to see that. But for the most part, I feel like a lot of cosmetics companies feel like it's fine for people to just have a taupe or maybe like a cool brown to use if you're going gray. Listen, I used taupe when I was a blonde. That was a good fit for me, but taupe brows did not look good with my gray hair. So that was just, it wasn't gonna work for me. I wasn't gonna have taupe brows with this gorgeous gray hair. I wanted it to match. So that's why I had my tattoo artist literally match the brow color to the kind of pepper part of my hair, if you will. But I would love to be able to recommend some brow products to those of you who don't want to get micro shading, who don't want to, you know, get something permanent done to their brows. So when Silvering Beauty reached out, honestly, I kind of ignored their emails at first because I get a lot of emails, and so I just kind of would skip over it, but they kept checking back in, and one day I was like, okay, I gotta read this email. So they offered to, you know, allow me to try their brow products. They ended up actually sending a few different things from their website, which was super, super generous. So today I am going to share the 2 products that they sent that I think can be some real game changers for those of you that are either transitioning into gray, or those of you that are just looking for products to help you with a couple of these like gray hair related products. So we're gonna be talking about their brow powder, and we're gonna be talking about their borderline. It turns out I think I'm actually more excited about this product than even the brow powder, but we're gonna get started with the brow powder. Okay, so they offer 2 different color choices, either a warm gray or a cool gray. I specifically requested the cool gray because that's the type of gray that I like. So that is what they sent. Now this product does come with a, I don't use it. I feel really bad, but I don't really like, I don't even know where I put it. Is it in here? Where did I put it? Okay, I feel really bad. It does come with a brow pencil that has a spoolie on the other side, but listen, for many, many years, I have actually been using this Artis, I don't know the number, but it's this Artis brush that I got a really long time ago, and I just, because I just need to run through my brows, I don't need to shape my brows. They're tattooed on my face, right? Like I just need to quickly run through to bring the color back after I mute the color out with my SPF. So basically what I've been doing is I've been using my Artis brush, and I've been doing a dip into the dramatic darker shade first, just one little tap like that, and then one little tap on the subtle side here. So you are getting 2 brow shades, a subtle one, a dramatic one. I like to mix the 2 together. You can, by the way, use these either wet or dry. If you're using them wet, you're gonna get a much crisper look, if you will. I like it to be a little bit diffused looking, which is why this particular brush works so well. So what I do is I literally, this is really hard to do like in the camera, so bear with me, but I literally just like, okay, I can't. I'll use the mirror that they have in the little thing here, but I literally just quickly run that through my brows and I'm done. It's so easy, and it's the perfect shade for me, you guys. Now listen, if you would prefer a warmer shade of gray, check out the warmer option. I will have both of these products linked down below. Go check them out if you're interested. But this is fabulous. This is a gray brow product that I can now recommend when I constantly get these questions about brows and what to do with your brows when you're going gray. That can be something that is very confusing to a lot of people. I think something like this can really help you with your gray hair transition. Now, if you actually like the color of your natural brows and you like the way that your either dark brown brows look with your gray hair or your taupe brows look with your gray hair, then rock that. Listen, you do what makes you feel beautiful, what makes you feel confident. But if you're specifically looking for some gray hair brow products, I would highly suggest checking this out. So I'm gonna pop in a picture in here really quickly that I took this morning while I was getting ready. You can see one of my brows with the SPF over top, so you can see how the SPF kind of mutes my brows out. And then one of the brows is done. So let's go ahead and take a look at that picture really quickly. So in that picture, you can really see how much the SPF mutes out my brows. I also wear powder foundation, you know, and that, you know, usually ends up in my brows to some extent as well. So this powder just brings my, it's not my natural color. I want to call it natural, but that's not, it's not. Listen, my brows are tattooed on my face, but anyway, you get it. Also, I found it. I found the both the brush and the spoolie that comes with the kit, so you do receive both. Those of you that prefer more of like the hairline strokes, this brush is perfect for that because look at how thin that brush, look at how thin. You can really, if you were to take this and wet this brush just a little bit, you could actually create really beautiful hairline strokes with this. And the spoolie is always fantastic as well to run through your brows and just kind of diffuse the look just a little bit more. So anyway, this is pretty genius, you guys. So depending on what your preference is, either cool or warm toned, I'll link both down below. But yeah, I do like this a lot. And listen, this product stays put. It stays put all day. It doesn't fade. Yeah, it's fabulous. This, and the color is a perfect match for me. So big fan. But what I think I'm actually more excited about is the fact that they sent their borderline optical filler. Now, they are not the first ones to do a product like this. What this is intended to do, I've seen a product similar at my local Ulta, but I have not seen one in a gray shade really. So I was really excited when I saw this. This is intended to help with here's the thing with gray hair that can be a little bit frustrating. I love my hair, but I do think that as it gets lighter and lighter, more and more of my scalp is showing through, which I'm really self-conscious about to begin with because I have really fine, thin hair. And so the fact that my hair is getting lighter is just allowing more of that scalp to show through. And I don't know, I don't love that. I don't love that part of the gray hair process. But the good thing is you can use this to disguise the scalp a little bit. So this powder also comes with its own brush. This is the brush right here. Now, I also don't use this brush because it turns out I actually prefer a fluffier brush. So I went into my like old brush collection and I pull out this Real Techniques brush and I started using this to be able to put this product into my hairline, and it works so good, you guys. So I don't have this product on yet, so I just want to show you. Look, like you can really see my scalp, especially back here where for whatever reason my hair is turning white a little bit faster. So I'm going to show you how I apply this. Now, I usually just use it in my part if I'm parting my hair in the middle, or if I am parting my hair to either side, or if I'm pulling it back into a ponytail. I will also use it around my hairline as well, because here around my hairline, my hair is coming in pretty white. So this just kind of helps to make your hair look a little bit thicker, a little bit more substantial, and it just helps that like, that big old scalp line right there. So let's do it, you guys. I'm gonna take this and I'm literally just going to put some of that product onto the brush. And I like to just tap it into the brush a little bit by tapping it on the table. I do this with my powder foundation as well. And then you literally just start stamping this along the hairline. So. Just keep stamping it in. I run it down the hair just a little bit as well to help it blend. And this just helps to disguise that scalp a little bit, enough for me to feel a little less self-conscious about it. I especially like to focus on this back part right here because this is where my hair is the whitest, if you will. So I always make sure to get this back part too. I used to have this attitude of, you know, like whatever happens in the back of my head is none of my business. I don't say that, so whatever. But I mean, you really should, you know, make sure that you're getting everything that is visible. But just that little bit of powder helps to then disguise the scalp and gives me a much like, I don't know, and I kind of like a little bit of like a root shadow type of look, but it just helps that look a lot less obvious. Now, they also sent their white option. So if you are way past the salt and pepper stage, if your hair is straight up white at this point, and that's my mom, that's where I'm headed. Her hair is pretty much almost completely white at this point. They also offer a white option. So I'm just gonna go over top of this a little bit with this powder. Again, just putting some on here. And then you can use this as well in the exact same way. Again, just mostly focusing on that midsection there and taking it down the hair just a little bit. Look at that. That looks, it just looks so much better than having that like skin colored stripe there, I think. So this is genius, you guys. And the colors, they're just kind of perfect, right? Like it's not like a super drastic thing, but it makes a little bit of an impact. And if you're really struggling with your scalp showing through, and if that's making you self-conscious, try a powder like this just to cover that up and give yourself a little boost of confidence. This has not like clogged my pores or anything like that. And what's great is, you know, I can still brush through my hair and it stays put. Look at that. Oh, I love it. This is genius, you guys. Again, these are not the first people, or this is not the first company to do a hair powder like this, but I think they have something fabulous specifically for those of us with gray hair. And I love this. I'll repurchase this myself in the future, to be perfectly honest. I really appreciate them sending this out in addition to the brow powder. But oh man, this kind of rocked my world, so I am here for it, honestly. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Just a couple of solutions for those of you that are going through your gray hair journey. If you're struggling with your brows, if you're struggling with the look of your scalp as you're going gray, I think these are two really amazing solutions here. I'm really grateful that Silvering Beauty reached out. I appreciate it. I had no idea who this company was. Like, I had never heard of them outside of them emailing me, so I don't know that I would have ever come across them otherwise, but I'm sold. I am a huge fan, and if you guys are interested, I'll put the links down below. I appreciate you being here. If you are new, take the time to subscribe if you're interested. If you found this video helpful, give it a big fat thumbs up, share it with your other silver sisters, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.